Hey all, Peyton Marine here with another look, I guess we'll call this in the crosshairs, of the Warhammer Plus. Now, as you see, this article came out on the 23rd, and I believe they had a preview that day as well, where they went over what is this Warhammer Plus. Now, initially, I know the community and myself, um, we're just not sure. We're thinking Warhammer Plus, great, another subscription service we got to pay for. Like, is this really going to be worth it? And again, if it's just going to be for their streaming content, like I've already got enough of everything. Like, why couldn't they talk to a Netflix or a Hulu or a whatever, and instead of trying to like come up with their own thing? Because always with these issues is, are they going to have enough content to justify somebody constantly coming back and renewing it month to month or doing a full year subscription? Um, and stuff, because like Disney Plus and stuff, like they came into it right with a ton of content already. They already have their huge catalog of just Disney anything, and then now they're coming out with their new content. So the same is kind of the thing with Warmer. They don't really have a ton. They've kind of I don't know if usurped is the correct word, but they've kind of gone out and like gotten people like the Astartes uh, creator and his show or series, or they're going to say, kind of brought them into the fold. So it's almost like they could stack the deck a bit more and bring more content, since they didn't have any aside from what they were currently working on. So by doing that, they've brought these others into it. So there's definitely some pros and cons there, and hopefully these creators get, I don't know, their due, kind of a thing. Like, I feel like they already did to some extent, but then there's always going to be, there definitely could be issues where they're, up front they may have gotten a good deal, kind of a thing, but over time, like with anything, like I'm pretty sure this is how it is, because why would Games Workshop make a deal that's going to hurt them in the long run, when usually in the long run they're going to come out on top with, the profit sharing and whatever percentage that they end up giving those actual creators. And I could see the creators kind of almost feeling potentially not like outright bullied, but in a way kind of, not, I don't know if bully is the right word, but intimidated, I suppose would be the correct word. Where this big company comes in, and really at the end of the day, they could be like, well, you essentially can come work for us, and we'll look like the good guys for hiring you, or you cease and desist, because this is our intellectual property after all. This is our, whatever. So now, I don't think anybody ever came out and rightfully said that or even hinted to it, but at least if I was that person, in the back of my mind, it's going to be like, they could probably legally either have me take this all down or wrap me up so much in the fact that I can't fight this big company because I can't afford the legal fees to go against them. Um, so therefore, you're kind of in a hard spot. So you're like, they definitely held all the cards in that aspect. So hopefully, like I said, these people, it hopefully it's okay for them. It continues to be okay, or whatever. I don't know any of the plans or the details on what happened, but that's just my biggest worry. Is I really don't want basically this big company to come in, even though at the end of the day, Games Workshop isn't as big as many of these other corporations out there, but it's still the big guy, the big man, big corp, whatever you want to say. um, yeah, I just hope they didn't take these people for the run. But I do know at some point they have to be profitable. But anyway, let's dive into this. Now, I will say I'm more from what I have seen. I haven't read this article or gone through it yet, but I have pretty pleasantly surprised and pleased with what I have seen. So, Warhammer Plus, more Warhammer, more often. All right, so it's said to be one of the biggest things to ever happen to the Warhammer hobby, and today we're going to blow the lid off it and tell you everything. So in short, the Warhammer Plus subscription, you'll get Wealth Warhammer animation, weekly in-house Warhammer hobby shows, so that's something they already do on Twitch and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if they're going to be going off of that platform then, and they're just going to be going exclusive on here. Digital vault of classic Warhammer publications and White Dwarf issues. That one's interesting. So I'm sure they'll still do the physical White Dwarf. Are they going to have a digital White Dwarf on, like the new edition issues as well will be on this app. So you'll have a digital White Dwarf that comes with it, which isn't too bad. It says Digital Vault of Classic, so I'm assuming there's going to be a back catalog too, which would also be really kind of cool if you can go back and look at once, because there's a lot of like paint guides or rules and things that come out for different ways to play, and if you want to be like, hey, I remember there's like this one, and then you go back, you find it. It'd be even cooler if there's some way that you could download like a PDF. If there was like a rules set or something, you could like download that page and print it out or something like that. But anyway, full access to Warhammer apps. That's Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, with more to come. So there's going to be two separate apps. Because I already know there was the one Warhammer like army builder app thing or something where you could like get codex in there. Like I tried it and I did not like it, and I barely really used it because I just didn't care for it, and I ended up just uninstalling it. So we'll see how that goes. Premium access to our official events. I'm not really sure what the premium access is, if you get to maybe try to get tickets to something sooner than others, which is interesting. Exclusive subscriber offers. Again, the only thing I can think of is, which we'll talk about, I believe, in this article, is like that model that comes out if you subscribe, which they then talk about. A free exclusive Citadel miniature worth at least £25 every year. Now there's an asterisk next to it, so I'm not really sure what the asterisk means. Okay, I think it's something to the point, probably because, I don't know, because of currency changes or something. So I'm still curious then what the exclusive subscriber offers are then, if they've already included the miniature in this other spot. So anyway, access to a second exclusive subscriber miniature. So it sounds like you can get the one for free, and if you want the other one, then you can get it as well, but you have to pay for it. But you can only have access to it if you're a subscriber to even purchase it. So that's interesting. Launches on the 25th of August. Bunch of asterisks again. And is only $4.99 or $5.99. So £4.99, or however you say that, £4.99, and $5.99 US a month, or for 49. So basically round it up, or £50 or $60 a year. So essentially you're paying for 10 months versus the full 12, so you get 2 months for free if you do the annual subscription. Looks awesome, right? Buckle up. Let's see here. Alright, I haven't watched this video, so I'll watch it.
In blood I am born. In battle do I live. In light do I rise.
The not so far future now. So 40,000 is pretty close.
Knowledge corrupts. It is the dangerous thing.
You shall comply within the hour, or by the Emperor you will wish you had.
Hi, I'm Louise. Welcome to Warhammer Plus. This is Citadel Masterclass.
I really love the vintage here. The orc is cool.
Hi, I'm Patrick, and this is Battle Report. Thank you for this.
Everything that is flesh perishes, yet we will survive in the blood that flows through those that come after.
Launch!
Hello everyone, I'm Wade, and welcome to Lore Masters. In this episode of Lore Masters, we will explore some of Abaddon's history.
It is glorious, my brothers, to die as a son of Rust.
You are blessed indeed to serve the Emperor.
There is beauty in you.
This is very interesting. Indeed, there's a lot of stuff I just saw there that's very, very interesting because uh, to know, obviously, I mean, you've got like the painting stuff, which there's a ton of people on YouTube that do that, and Warhammers are always done that since Duncan left, which I would love to know the decision behind Duncan Rhodes deciding to move and create his own Duncan Rhodes Academy painting channel and stuff. I really would like to know the story behind what led to that exactly. If it was just a mutual thing, just felt it's time to go, or something else. But um, so I don't know like how much them putting it like because it says it's a master class. So what does that mean? Are they still going to be doing their free stuff on YouTube, and then they'll have like this extra thing? And how much will that cut into the people that already make painting kind of tutorials? I don't think it will affect it too much, really. The biggest one, I think, is the battle report. Um, there's a lot of people that make battle reports and just don't have the equipment and everything else to make like super high quality ones. So you obviously have your ones that a lot of people see and know. I would say the biggest elephant in the room kind of thing is maybe wargaming. They are definitely have very high quality with their video equipment and the way they set their tables up and everything. And then they have their vault, which is to see some of their other stuff. So how much will this official like Games Workshop battle reports potentially cut into their viewership and maybe even have people decide, I like watching battle reports, but do I stick with mini wargaming where I'm just getting battle reports, or do I go with this Warhammer Plus subscription service where I get battle reports plus all this other stuff? So yeah, I can see that kind of being a potential issue. I don't know if it will or not, but I would definitely, if I was someone that worked at like mini wargaming, or that's the only one I can think. I'm trying to think of the other. There's I can't think if there's another one that does battle reports. But anyway, trying to kind of like rethink our model. Like, what can we do? Because the other thing too that is kind of an unknown is, I would say the thing that they have going for them is like their narrative campaigns, and as of recently, they've started branching out in other games, which was something they've kind of gone away with the most, and the reasoning that was always given is mostly because Warhammer is a more popular thing. So when they do try to go out into other games, they don't get as much viewership. But they have started to branch out, and maybe they kind of see the writing on the wall in that regard, of not getting too stagnant just doing Warhammer all the time. But then there has been a bit of backlash in recent with Games Workshop and stuff, like no third-party bits and stuff like this at their events. So there's been I've seen a lot of people comment like, there are other games out there. You don't have to just keep giving them their money and stuff like that. So go to these other like indie games or these smaller games and stuff like that. So I could see that as a potential for like a company like them to go to try to branch into other games to bring in other viewers that aren't just looking for Warhammer content, which I think is probably going to be pretty essential with this coming out and them doing battle reports. Now on the Warhammer side, them just doing a battle report is cool or whatever, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it, if they do it when a new codex drops, so they put the new army on the table, and will they put these battle reports out like on the verge of a new codex coming out? Because that's been another thing, like, again, I just keep bringing them up, but mini wargaming has been will get sent early copies of the codex from Games Workshop, so they'll do like a codex review, and then the battle report, they'll come out usually around a week or 2 weeks before the actual codex or the army new units and stuff come out. So they would always kind of have that benefit of like, it drives people to their site, their channel or whatever, to watch these new reviews and battle reports to see how this new stuff kind of operates. So the Games Workshop may be doing the same thing. And then also, are they going to try to do any kind of narrative stuff? Because the other big thing too is they have these Crusade rules, or I believe it's Crusade, right? You have your books and you can get different equipments and upgrades and stuff to your characters and stuff like that. They already kind of do that in White Dwarf, where they'll have different employees will like build a what do they call it now? An army. I can't remember what the army's called. Like where they basically start from scratch and they'll build a new army or they'll paint a new army or whatever, and then they'll have like little battles against each other and stuff. Like they could do something like that and put it into a crusade setting where they like, you know, gain upgrades and all that kind of stuff. So then you can come back week after week to see like how did your favorite Games Workshop employee or whatever fare in the crusade or whatever. So essentially kind of a narrative, but maybe not so narrative. But then on that aspect, they keep releasing these books. And I can't think of the new books that they've been coming out with. Like the only thing that comes to mind is like The Gathering Storm, or like Psychic Awakening. Those series of books have kind of like campaigns and missions in them, and you know there's potential that they could be doing something like that to follow along with these campaign books that they keep releasing. So yeah, so I'm not sure how all that's gonna potentially impact those others that do battle reports currently. But I especially those that only do Warhammer content for battle reports, I could see that impacting. Could end up being a significant thing, unfortunately, for especially those that are a lot smaller channels and stuff like that, and have been trying to make it. It's already a hard thing to break into. Like I'm a very small channel. I only have 500, I think, somewhere around there subscribers currently, which is great. My Facebook page has a lot more, and with anything, there's usually more people that view and watch your stuff that don't subscribe than subscribe and don't watch, kind of a thing. So it's not. So I probably have more eyes on my stuff than actual subscribers. I don't get too much into the metrics of it, but you know, I like at my level, or even if I had like just 1,000 subscribers or however, like it still would be really hard to kind of like stay alive in that aspect, other than the benefit of if you're just releasing stuff on YouTube and there's no paywall behind it, kind of a thing. Your stuff is free. You have free content. So there is, maybe it'll balance out. I'm not sure. All right, so it looks awesome, right? Buckle up and grab a cup of recap and join Eddie Adam as I talk you through the details. So yeah, I mean, they had like a live thing that happened that day. So the exclusive miniatures. Let's start with incredible new miniature. I gotta like scroll this up a little bit. As a thank you to all those who subscribe to Warhammer Plus, you'll be able to choose an exclusive free miniature to add to your collection. Feast your eyes on these. I'll watch the video real quick, even though they have pictures below. I have watched this video just because I wanted to get a look at the Vindicator. There's some stuff on it that will jump on. So right here, this is why I watched the video the first time, because I wanted to kind of see what the back looked like and everything. Now the model in general is like a great display piece. Now on the table, I'm not really sure how it would work, and I can definitely see this popping up at like a ruined cities kind of armies on parade setup. But anyway, I just wanted to see that it has like this grappling hook thing that apparently like went right through this steel. Don't sit down, kind of a thing. But yeah, and then he's got like a little rope here, but he, I guess, somehow hooked it up or pulled it up behind him a little bit. So, but yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, I mean, he does have the rope there from a tactical or a logical standpoint. I don't know how smart it is to be in this very isolated, broken statue where the escape is going to be pretty hard because all you have is a rope to get down from. You've definitely given away your position pretty good by sticking your muzzle way out here. Normally you want to have it kind of within the structure so it's not sticking out, so it's harder to identify exactly where you're at. And then again, this is a very identifiable structure, so it's easy for someone to call out for artillery or armor support or whatever they want to, you know, aircraft coming in. Hey, there's, you know, at my 5 o'clock, 200 meters, I got sniper and a Sisters of Battle statue or whatever. I don't know. It's just my logical, like the logic of it is like, this isn't very realistic. It is Warhammer 40k, sure, whatever, but it's a great display piece for sure. I don't know how, and again, on the table, I'm not really sure you're going to plop down this huge Vindicator. Like having like the standalone model, there might be a way where you could model it to where you could like take him out of that piece and then put him on like a base to then for actual games, but otherwise it's definitely a display piece. Okay, so that's that, and then you have the Orc miniature, which to me is not as cool, but still really cool. And with all the Orc stuff on Age of Sigmar, you can always convert it over into some cool thing for 40k, especially now with this Rider Orc thing I don't it would definitely fit in. So anyone who subscribes to Warhammer can choose one of these models. It'll be shipped out to you around the 1-year anniversary of your subscription, so you have to actually stay subscribed for the full year. Want them both? Of course you do. Warhammer Plus subscribers will be able to purchase the other one as well. Now here's the interesting thing. And they may talk about it here in a second, but do you have to wait a full year before you can purchase the other one too? My guess is you would have to, because otherwise you could just purchase the other one if you really wanted, like, let's say I don't know how it works exactly, but like, let's say you really wanted the Vindicator. So you subscribe, say that you want the Orc as your model, and then you purchase the Vindicator, and then you cancel your subscription. My guess is you won't even be able to like pick which one you want until your year mark hits. They'll send you a thing like, hey, it's 1 year, as a thank you, choose one of these models, and if you would like the other one, it's available for £25 or whatever. So yeah, so these models are only the beginning. There'll be a new exclusive miniature each year, so that's another interesting thing to keep you subscribed, which not really surprised with that. You'll get one for free each year you're subscribed. We'll have more on these later dates, so stay tuned for more information. And obviously there'll be some terms and conditions. We'll give you all the briefing details when Warhammer Plus launches. Animation, there's a host of animations coming to Warhammer Plus. Features some of your all-time favorite heroes, villains. These animations embrace a variety of styles and themes, so there's sure to be something to appeal whatever your favorite parts of Warhammer hobby are. So I guess this will be an overview of all the animations. And real quick, I just want to point out the Astartes 2 thing. Like, I wish they would have just called it just Astartes. Like, just continue it on. Like, why Astartes 2? I mean, I don't know. It could be a completely different story, you know, or like, I would have liked it better as Astartes Part 2 or like Astartes, I don't know, in the Mist or something like, not just so, just Astartes 2. It's just, I don't know. Nitpicky, I know, but anyway, let's continue. Something with that blood angel seems a little bit off. It's not like black and white with red. It's just, there's something with the animation of the I do love seeing that apothecary wings on his helmet. Alright, it will launch the first episodes of Angels of Death and Hammer and Bolter. The new animations are set to arrive almost every Wednesday. Get ready to delve into unseen corners of the mortal realms of the 41st, exploring a wide range of different styles, infused with classic Warhammer storytelling. Exclusive shows. Warhammer TV have been hard at work at brand new selection of shows. Here we go. Let's see what this is about. Masterclass. Citadel Color Masterclass can learn advanced painting techniques and watch guides dedicated to painting some of the most spectacular centerpiece models in Warhammer Age. If you want to take your painting further, the Citadel Color Masterclass will be at the top of your list. All right. Don't worry about all our usual painting videos either. They are not going anywhere. You'll be able to get them all, your favorite tips and tricks, and the Warhammer YouTube Masterclass will be there for you when you want to take things to the next level. Okay, so they're keeping everything. This is just this advanced painting techniques. Now it'll be interesting to know what are those advanced techniques. Like, is there going to be anything super different? Honestly, there really won't be anything different that you won't be able to find. Another YouTuber has already put out, I'm sure, for free on YouTube. But anyway, at least it is, if you're paying for the subscription for the other stuff, it is a nice addition, I will say. Lore Masters. Now, there is it One Mind Syndicate, I believe, that does a lot of lore videos, and it's somebody else. I'm not sure if it's him that just kind of reads like the wiki or the like lexicon or whatever, like the 40K wiki pages and stuff for lore videos. And there's a decent amount of lore video people out there, so this may hurt them some having this come like directly from Games Workshop, having people talk on different lore. So ever wished you could delve into the archives of Warhammer Studio itself and have a history of 41st Millennium Mortal Realms at your fingertips? If that's a yes, you're going to love Lore Masters. Lore Masters' official Warhammer lore show presented by experts. Each episode dives into the rich worlds of Warhammer and lifts the lid on iconic characters, locations, and events that define Warhammer and Age of Sigmar. Okay, so here it is. Interesting. What is this battle report? Brief pause to figure this out. All right, brings beautiful armies to the table and cutting-edge matched play and narrative play battles. Each spectacular showdowns of tactics and cunning, and a lot of fun too. So they will have narrative. That could be an issue for anyone that doesn't start diversifying their YouTube battle report profiles. I really do think that could hurt. Want to see, and the other thing too is, I mean, their tables and terrain should be outstanding. Like this picture alone right here, with like this, like already looks flipping amazing. And they're gonna have fully painted, beautifully painted armies. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the little guys. I'm one of them. I don't even make battle reports. I'm just a little YouTuber person thing. I don't even know. I don't even call myself a YouTuber, but I'm just a very small channel. Want to see glorious armies locked in tournament-style matchups? Ever wondered what a Crimson Fist, Last Stand on Rin's World, or battle surrounding the Alarial Rite of Life would look like? Fought out in glorious miniature form, Battle Report is the place to be. The Warhammer TV studios has been completely remodeled to allow for bigger and better games than ever before, so you can get up close and personal with the action. Have a painting that you can't wait to learn, a battle you'd love to see fought on the tabletop, or a piece of lore you'd love to know about. Let your suggestions fly. So they're looking out for the community to give them inputs on their content so they don't run out of ideas, basically. Oh, man. So then these apps. The Warhammer 40,000 app is an invaluable resource for hobbyists of all skill levels. It's packed with rules, references, and the latest FAQs. It contains additional premium features such as Battleforge Army Builder and upcoming Crusade Army Manager. Now the Warhammer Plus, you'll have access to premium features included in your subscription. So that, I mean, if I get this, which I probably will get the Warhammer Plus, then I'll probably end up getting the Warhammer app back and give it another go if they're going to give me premium included in the subscription too. Might as well, right? We're building a brand new companion app for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and Warhammer Plus subscribers will get immediate premium tier access. You'll be able to use Warhammer 40,000, the app, right away, and the new Warhammer Age of Sigmar app will be arriving soon. So you'll only need to wait a little bit to have everything you need. Already Warhammer 40,000 app, as a way of saying thanks, if you upgrade your subscription into the Warhammer Plus subscription in the first month after its launch, you'll get your exclusive free model after 9 months rather than 12. Interesting. Interesting, even more, even better. As an existing Warhammer 40,000 app subscriber, if you take out a full year subscription, you'll receive an additional free gift too. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about all that. Just kind of like, it's not a great app, and I never really used it. And to like coax somebody into like, oh, I can get my free model at 9 months versus 12, even though you've already paid for this other app. So you're kind of getting it early, but then if you do a full year of it, then they're going to give you something else free. But don't tell you what, but it's something else. I don't know. All right, over one of the parts Warhammer Plus we're most excited is the Warhammer Vault. As the name suggests, it's a veritable treasure trove of content from the history of Warhammer, including in its digital archive, you'll get lore sections from past publications. And a launch, you'll find titles such as Gathering Storm, Sanctus, Reach series, letting you catch up on major events that led to the era of Indominus. Okay. Our peer back in the Warhammer Age of Sigmar early days by revisiting Realm Gate Wars and the story from the game's very first edition. Warhammer Vault is your chance to get the full story and relive the dawn of Age of Sigmar from the beginning. We can hardly talk about the past content without mentioning the longest running Warhammer publication canon. That's right, White Dwarf is making its way into the Warhammer Vault with the entire back catalog from 2020 available at launch. So just 20, I'm sure they'll get to add more as time goes on. But anyway, relive classic articles, battle reports, model showcases, and more with an ever-expanding library that we promise will take up considerably less space than the real thing. More books, stories, and White Dwarf issues will be added to the vault each week, so you'll have everything you need to be certified Warhammer lore. Event extras. Alright, for fans of official Warhammer events, your Warhammer Plus subscriptions are going to make you feel like a champion at each one you attend, even if you lose your games. You'll get a Warhammer Plus experience, including perks such as VIP badges, priority access, and free merch. You get access to everything above as part of your subscription. Okay, or get 2 months free with an annual subscription. And let's see, it launches 25 August, so keep up to date with the latest goings on. Okay, sign up for the new. Okay, let's read these asterisks. So we have our local currency equivalents. Okay. You may remember we had planned to launch Warhammer Plus in July, but a global pandemic can disrupt even the best laid plans. Anyway, when did they plan on releasing it in July? I'm pretty sure they said they were going to release it in July during the pandemic. I guess other stuff came up. I'm not really sure what's going on over in the UK. I know they've been on lockdowns, out of lockdowns, or relaxed anyway, and then back into lockdowns, so I don't know. But a global pandemic can disrupt even the best laid plans. Safety of our teams is the most important thing, and to continue to ensure everyone's well looked, and launch was delayed a little. And then, okay, we don't actually offer certification for that, but in case we ever do, we'll want you to start your studying right away. What does that mean? Oh, this right here, the Lore Master. Certified War Master. Okay, haha. And that is everything. So, yeah, I mean, really, honestly, final thoughts really is, I think it's a good deal, especially if you do the year, because it's $60 for the year. You get 2 months free. Then if you want an account, especially that model on its own would probably cost around $35 US, because anything it's usually how it is about there's usually about a $10 difference between like pounds to American dollars at the end. That's just a rough rounding. So it's 25 pounds. It's probably about 35. Plus most characters recently have been about $35 dollars. So right there you're getting half plus a little extra off. So now you're getting a miniature and the subscription to everything else. So basically you could look at it, it's like you bought a miniature plus this subscription for $25. So that's a pretty good deal, especially with the shows and everything else you're getting with it now. As long as the shows stay pretty consistent, I guess, throughout, and there's no lull, because that's the other thing is, how they're going to be. I know they said like from week to week, but like what does that mean? Like how many episodes is something like Hammer and Bolter going to be in Angels of Death and stuff like that? Because if it's only like 8 episodes, 1 a week, 8 weeks, okay, there's 2 months. So then what's the next 2 months? And if you're only doing an episode, or if you only do 1 series at a time, or even 2 series at a time, that's like 2 episodes a week. In the world of binging everything, people you need to have a large back content like Disney Plus, to where then when you do have shows that come out weekly like Bad Batch, Loki, or whatever else on there, people aren't like bored or like just like this is kind of ridiculous. So I don't know. I can see that kind of being a potential issue maybe. And then the only other thing is like the battle report thing, like I mentioned, kind of eating into other people's stuff. But anyway, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely going to give it a try, at least. I'm going to definitely do the year just to get the Vindicares. I think it's a cool model. Try to paint it. And yeah. Or it may sit on my shelf and never get painted, as everything else is, falling behind in my backlog. And then eventually one day I'll be like, man, this was kind of a waste because Warhammer Plus has now since gone away or fell to the wayside or just hasn't provided the content I wanted it to, and now I have this model that I never got around to painting and will never end up playing on the board. So, so not to sound too much like a Debbie Downer or a negative Nick or whatever. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm sure many people will, and we'll see how it goes. I just hope it doesn't. Like I'm still gonna say like I have a mini wargaming account and everything through the vault. Like I'll stick with them and other people that I patron as I can. It's just be interesting. Hopefully this doesn't affect them too bad, or really at all. Not too much, but at all. But I honestly I can't see where some people, especially the smaller ones, I don't see them surviving. Kind of like with most things and just in business in general, like the small, you call them mom and pop shops, and then a big corporation comes through at their big box store and kind of pushes them out because they can offer way lower prices and low overhead because they're such a huge company. And then these other, mom and pop shops and restaurants and stuff get pushed out. So, I don't know. We'll see. I hope that's not the case, but I definitely could see that happening. So I will caveat on that. If you do have a favorite content creator out there, to definitely go give them your like, your subscribe. If you're able to, if they have like a Patreon or whatever, if you're able to do something like that for them, definitely go out there and show them some love for what they're doing. Because unfortunately, I think for some that aren't doing it, because like I don't make any money off of my stuff, like so I'm literally just doing this because I enjoy doing it. And for those that like following my Facebook page, so link in the description below and stuff like that, and see what I'm going up to. It's just kind of a fun thing to do with updates on what I'm working on, and then also just kind of some of my thoughts and things going on in the community. So those that have more like niche kind of projects or channels and stuff where they're just doing battle reports or just doing lore videos and stuff, I could see there being a potential impact here. So yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's enough of my rambling. Let me know what you think. Are you going to subscribe? Are you not going to subscribe? What do you think are some pros and cons, or what do you think the impact on the community is going to be? And yeah, just leave those comments down below. And again, I invite you over to check out my Facebook page, check out Instagram. Definitely give a like and subscribe here on the channel if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time.